The Gutenberg soap series is brought to you by Print Devotee. It is both a printmaking work process and a soap series. Wait, before we begin, maybe there's some questions like, why print in this digital world? And what is print really? Well, this is printmaking. It involves an act of applying ink onto a matrix and repeatedly transferring this inked shape onto another surface by a variety of techniques. Well then, this video isn't printmaking. It is at best a reflection into the world societies run on today, supported through bits of internet and software. Then again, the internet, strung up in coded bits of language, is an after effect from the invention of the printing press itself. It was the Gutenberg printing press that brought upon initial language widespread. Thanks, Gutenberg! The Gutenberg soap series is thus a printmaking process combining in themes of speculation, ecology, and culture. As the world spun around in a confined space, major communication migrated into the internet. But if you ever seek to feel an urge to touch grass upon stuck in a room for too long, this is a process for you. Material-wise, it's easy really. Take any lonely household objects in your space and utilize it as a stamp. Then take soap and carve it into letters. It helps if the soap is soaked for around 3 minutes beforehand, and your text is drafted prior in a mirrored style. Paper-wise, any blank paper lying around would do, but if you do currently exist in a place without access to blank paper, you could also make your own paper. Note to self, this still needs some type of paper. Ink-wise, any ink works, but then again, if you also do not have ink, you can bind pigment with rice glue, rice flour, and water boiled down to a consistency. The weather might affect homemade binders though. Too hot and it'll be more liquid than glue. Mix it up 1 part pigment and half part glue. Ta-da! Ink! Print the background before doing the text, keeping in mind the soap surface would not transfer easily if it's not flat enough. It may not look well shaped depending on how you utilize your objects and carve. But that's probably the beauty of this print. Not something that can be easily replicated on the internet. It's made with different objects. Aha! By this point of printing, you might be confused over the material choices. Homemade ink? Paper? Soap? Why print when you have the internet, and why chase after print with these objects? The aim of the process as a whole looks into the relationships you have with the materials you utilized. They make up a print with a weird texture maybe, but before its use, what was it there for? Do you interact with this often? Hello, my friend. In the time of you reading this message, this would be recorded and digitalized. Stuck between cultures of present, past, and future. In our time apart, I have found myself practicing prints without a printer. I call my process the Gutenberg soap series, for a workshop that accumulated from this takes in bits of print history, soap carvings, and a roller coaster of a journey, ending with a concluding realization that we exist on 2 contradicting planes of life: the bits of the internet and the tangible real world. Time flies. Societies change along with the material relationships we partake on. Print may be stepping aside as life on the internet solves sustainability clause. When will I see you face to face again? Only time will tell. For now, in my place, I leave you with this printmaking process. Think about the material sources and the level of difficulty for soap carving. For me, if you do these steps. With all my love, for Prince, Oriana Cheng.